Hello and good evening. My name is Max Redden, obviously, and this is my final project. I'm doing the video recording. When I was deciding where I wanted to go for college, I was really not sure I was not sure what I wanted to do. Um, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I didn't know what field I wanted to go into. Um, at first, I wanted to be a history teacher, but after some time and some thinking, I really decided that I love music and I think that music education would be a great route because I have such a passion for playing my viola. So, one thing that really stuck out when I was looking at different colleges in the state of Ohio was the type of people who went to the school. I'm a very social person and I kind of learn a lot better when excuse me, I learn a lot better when I have people around me who have the same mindset as myself. One place that I looked at before Kent State was the University of Cincinnati, and I love the campus, but I really did not like the atmosphere of the music school. And I believe that the reason why I did not like the feel of the music school is because everybody at that school was trying to be better than the other person. And I know for a fact that I am not the best violist that there will ever be. And I really did not like the feel of the competition and the feel to constantly be better than everybody else. I'm not going into a performance major. I'm not doing anything like that. I want to be a teacher out of this. So I did not feel that Cincinnati was the right choice. And then I came to Kent State, and I really loved the professors when I met them at the multiple music ed days that I went to. And I really loved how friendly everybody was. That was the biggest thing for me. And I picked Kent State mainly because I felt welcomed as soon as I walked into the music ed building. And all the students were just like me. I mean, I had some kids who admitted that they weren't the best at playing their instruments, but they got in, and I feel as if I'm in the same boat as the other students. One idea that sticks out to me a lot when I want to be a music educator is the idea that education is very difficult to go into, and especially music education. You have to learn a lot. You have to go back to school a lot. And I think one really important idea that I took out of our readings is that you don't really feel like a teacher as soon as you start teaching. And I think that this is a really important thing to know because I know for a fact that in my first couple years of really teaching and having a stable job, there's definitely going to be some difficulties, and it's probably going to make me double think and triple think, like, is this really what I want to do? And I think that that was one of the most important things that stuck in my head because it's going to be tough, but if this is what you're going to do, then it's not going to be great at first. And once you really get the hang of it, that's when it's going to be really fantastic. Excuse me. One teacher that really stuck out to me when I was reading the band and orchestra readings was Wayne Gallup's. And this is because, excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. My laptop died. Um, Wayne Gallup's really stuck out to me when it came to not being an orchestra person. And I think the the biggest thing that I really enjoyed about his article that he put out there was the fact that when it comes to being in a band, um, there's really a lot of teamwork involved. There's definitely teamwork in orchestra and in choir, but the thing about band is everybody is so dependent off of one another, and it's so difficult for different sections of the band, like percussion and brass and all these different things, to kind of blend the sound and give the music a little bit more of a backtone, more emphasis. And I think that this was a really fantastic article because it made me more aware of how much teamwork and truly how many different instruments are in a band, a high school band. And I would definitely like to explore the band world a little bit more because it's still all very new to me, even though I've been around it for almost 10 years at this point. So I think that was the fact that it drew me so close to this article in specific, because I'm just kind of clueless when it comes to bands, and I really want to know a lot more about the type of people that are in bands and what kind of teamwork is involved, because from what I understand, the teamwork from band to orchestra is very different when it comes to playing. And that kind of leads into something else I wanted to say about teaching. So out of all the field work hours and the observations that I've done, I found a lot of strengths and weaknesses for myself. And I think that some of the strengths that I have is that I'm very passionate, and I love to listen to classical music. I'm a big movie guy. I love movie scores, all that stuff. And I think that my positive energy of different scores from movies and classical pieces that we listen to in class. I know one piece that I have played so many times is Peter and the Wolf. My grandma actually showed me that piece when I was a kid, and I forgot that she loved that piece, and I played it for her the other day, and it was a great moment, and she just wanted to listen to more. And I think that truly, because of how positive I am and how passionate I am about all these different kinds of music, I think that's one of my biggest strengths, because it gets other people in a better mood and it gets them in more of a music mood. Somebody from Kent State who I'm friends with used to play the bass in high school, and listening to me talking about movie scores, showing her a bunch of different pieces that I'm learning about in music as a world phenomenon, music teaching as a profession, all these different things, it's really made her consider bringing her bass back to school and joining the orchestra in the fall. So I think that that's a fantastic strength to have, and I really hope that I can convince others and give them some motivation to play music, because I love it. One weakness I have, though, is if something messes me up, let's say throughout the semester or when I'm working, if I'm a teacher and I get sick, like this semester was very rough for me. I got sick and I fell very far behind, and it's always been an issue. I tried to practice as much as I can, still keep up on my schoolwork, and it was very difficult for me. And I think this relates to music education in a way where I learned my lesson by saying, well, don't let this stop you. Don't let it push you back, because I let it do that, and it led to me possibly failing a class, and it's not what I want, and it's not good. And I relate this to music education as well, in a way to where if you're sick and you don't have that motivation to play your instrument and things like that, I mean, it's going to be tough, and it's going to lead to bigger consequences in the future. So I believe that the weakness I have is that I kind of give up when something gets thrown in my face. So I would really like to fix that and prove to myself and all the professors who I'm going to have at school that I'm truly not like a bad kid when it comes to school, and I don't just throw off work and things like that. I truly just had a very rough semester deciding if this is what I wanted to do, and I know that it was just because I got sick and I lost my motivation. So that is my biggest weakness. And overall, in MTAAP, I absolutely love the class. I love Dr. Marshall. It was great. I really had a great time, even with all the difficulties that I had and making it seem like I was not a good student. I love the class, and I'm truly excited to move on with my career.